The question gives us two functions. The first function is called gx, the second function is called px. While in part A we just concerned about gx. So before we start, some preparation work is to copy down. This is the function of gx. And then for every x, we are going to replace it by something. So prepare a bracket for this. Afterward, we look at our target. Our target is not gx but g bracket -1. So afterward, we just simply replace all x by -1 here. So prepare bracket first and then we substitute what we should replace. We replace x by -1. Now the next problem is how can you handle this expression accurately. If we just look at the first part, don't forget you have to handle the square first. You can't multiply 9 to -1 directly. It's because they don't share the same index. This is 9 power 1, while this is something power 2. So we write down 9 power -1 square. This part will be replaced by -1 times -1. So if we just focus in this part, negative times negative will give you positive. 1 times 1 give you 1. So finally, the outcome is positive 9. We better write down the first step is we know that -1 bracket square give positive 1. So 9 times positive 1, we get 9 finally. Similar thing for another term. Positive times negative, we have -6. We simplify all three terms, then we are going to combine them together because they are all numbers. 9 minus 6 we get 3, and then we continue -2, that's why finally we get 1. That's the answer for part A. In part B are the same. We interested about p function, so we just write down px is 3 times something and then -2 times something square. That's the meaning of px. So to find out p bracket w plus 2, the first step is simple. We just simply replace what inside to become w plus 2. So we copy down everything, and then but not what inside the bracket. We take out x and then replace it by w plus 2. Again, you successfully substitute it and then make good use of the function notation. Now the coming problem is how can you handle this one accurately. The key point is to separate your step. If I just focus in the first part, 3 times w plus 2 is a little bit easier. W something plus 2 something, both we have to times 3. 3w plus 6. Or you can directly write down your answer is 3w and then plus 6 here. Now the problem is this one is really complicated. -2 bracket w plus 2 square. It's too complicated at this moment, so we just focus in a very small part. We just consider w plus 2 bracket square and then we try to replace it. So we will have -2 and then that's something. I'm going to place it here. So w plus 2 bracket square, that means the same thing times same thing. If I remove the first bracket, w something plus 2 something. What outside is also w plus 2. Therefore, we have w squared plus 2w plus 2w plus 4. So we combine the like terms, we find that the simplest version is in this way. So I'm going to replace this part by this item. Same as substitution, we prepare a bracket and then this item we are going to replace by w squared plus 4w plus 4 because I just changed the format. I didn't change the value. So afterward, I know that I can handle -2 times this bracket. So just forget what about first. W squared times something, positive 4w times something, positive 4 times something. What outside is -2, so all of them we have to times -2 and see what is left. We will have -2w squared, -8w negative 8. But one minor thing is beware that w squared is no longer the first term of the expression, so we have to write down positive. The first two terms we did nothing, so we should copy down. So we have 3w plus 6 in every row. Just now what we did here is focus in expansion. Let me remove the bracket. We successfully separate to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 terms. Then we are now going to find out any similar terms that we can combine together to simplify it. Negative 2w squared. And then we don't have any w squared. We look for w term. We have positive 3w, we have negative 8w. No more w, then we look at the constant, that means the number only terms. We have positive 6, negative 8. So we have negative 2w squared, minus 5w, and then minus 2. That's the simplest form of this expression. And then 1 mark is for substituting, the second mark is for the answer here.